It's Jamal Bright with AVNation with the road to InfoComm. InfoComm 2026 happens 17th through the 19th of June. And I am pleased to welcome my good friend, Sam Phenix. How are you, ma'am?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I am fantastic. Good to see you. And we will get to see you in person at InfoComm. The reason we're talking to Sam, not just because she's super smart about all things display, Sam is involved in a brand new initiative that InfoComm is doing called Retail Activation, happening on the show floor. This one specifically is over in the Central Hall. Reminder, InfoComm is in Vegas this year, so we're in the Central Hall and the North Hall. But this one specifically is in the Central Hall. Sam, when you're looking at this this space, one of the things that you guys are trying to do is to give people a real world application, real world experience. Explain to folks what they're going to experience when they walk into this activation.
Yeah, no, exactly. And it's challenging, especially in a convention center like Las Vegas, which is huge, right? There's going to be big high ceilings. But our goal with this activation and with the others that we're doing is to take people away from a trade show. Like, you step into what is close to a real world environment would be. So in this case, it's retail environment. We've set it up so there's going to be 4 zones. There'll be like the merchandising zone and a checkout zone and a place with some apparel, and then there'll be an espresso bar, of course. And each of those zones will make use of different types of technology, but hopefully in a seamless way that you almost don't notice it. And instead you're focusing on, feeling like I'm a brand manager for, I don't know, Nordstrom or Nike or whoever. I can see my store. Like, I could see us using this setup because I can see how it helps me in my business. Because, I'm total display geek, AV nerd. So I get all excited about analytics and sensors and screens and CRMs and all the technology that goes with. But actually the people who are ending up using these tools in order to support their businesses, they don't care about all that bits and bytes and all that stuff. They just want to know that it's going to help support what they're trying to do. So that's what we're trying to highlight, because sometimes the best solutions for these applications is not, unfortunately for nerdy people like me, it's not the most technically complex or difficult things. Sometimes the really simple, elegant things can be the most effective. And so we're hoping to highlight that. It is our first year, so it'll be super good to get feedback from people on how it hits with them and how it did it work? Like I said, it's a bit challenging. You know what it's like on the InfoComm floor. Yeah. It's loud, it's busy. We're hoping that when people rock up, we're able to sort of transport them so they don't feel like they're walking into a standard sort of trade show booth. But again, they're being transported into something a little different. I'm very excited with some of the partners that we've brought in because we've chosen technology to help support that. For example, we're working with Blue Sound on the speakers and the music and the audio content. Obviously, we're working with Samsung on the displays, but we have Populo on CRM, and I know I'm going to mess up and forget someone that I should mention, but we have a ton of partners in this space. It takes many hands to make the magic.
That actually is a really good point, the fact that a typical retail activation takes many hands. You don't have to register for this, pre-register for that. It's not a class, but you walk up and you certainly scan your badge and stuff.
Just like in the center stage, like they have panels or speakers or whatever, you just roll up, you take a seat. It's kind of the same thing. We might have to batch people and corral them as sort of for footfall, to try to walk you through the experience, because there'll be probably some sort of curation so we can actually explain, because it won't be obvious if we do it well. It will not always be obvious what's going on underneath, but we do want people to know what is happening and where they can find out more.
That actually is a really good point. From I quite frankly, honestly, from a retail buyer standpoint, somebody who's managing stores, an IT director, as well as integrators who will walk through here. Certainly, there is there's a tendency to geek out and talk about the tech. But from the other side, what do you hope people pull away from this? What do you hope they take away from this? It has nothing to do with the specs and the feeds.
Yeah, like I said, if we manage at all to get that suspension of disbelief, like when you're in the movie theater, right? The reason it's
Yep.
dark is like you go in and then you kind of fall into the movie screen and you fall into the story, right? You forget that you're on this somewhat sticky seat, and people are snacking beside you. Like you get engrossed by it. I would love to, like that's a high bar for us. But if someone who is working in retail marketing as a job, if they can walk into the space and suspend disbelief, forget that they're at InfoComm, and instead think of it as like I'm in a competitor store or I'm in a concept store that my team have put together for me to evaluate. If we can do that, then we've done our job. Because I know it's going to be challenging, but I think we're going to get there.
I think you'll do it. You'll find. Okay, Central Hall is where you will find the retail activation, InfoComm, the 17th through the 19th of June. Sam, we will see you there. But if somebody wants to connect with you before, after, or whatever, how do people connect with you?
LinkedIn is like a great way to hit me up. I'm pretty active on there. So yeah, that's probably the best way to catch me.
All right, Sam Phenix. We will see her and the retail activation at InfoComm. For us, for AVNation, go by our website, avnation.tv. That's avnation.tv. Follow along as we also will head to Vegas for InfoComm 2026, the 17th through the 19th of June. All that and more at avnation.tv. That's avnation.tv.